We are the force. We are KC.
Royals baseball on Labor Day, and we're at Progressive Field in Cleveland as the Royals kick off a 7-game road trip with 3 against the first-place Indians. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the ballpark with Rex Hudler. I'm Ryan Lefevre, and the Royals arrive here feeling pretty good. They've won 5 in a row. They went 7-1 on the last homestand, and that all began against these Indians.
That's right. Why not? The Central defending champs. You know, they can continue to do it again to them if they just stay on their game. And their game was hit it where it's pitched. Now, they had some little bit of launch angle. That's for sure. There was some nice home runs hit in the series. But look, 17 runs, that's going to back any pitching performance. And if they can get that kind of pitching performance from Junis, man, they're going to start it off well again.
And those runs came against one of the best starting rotations in the American League. Speaking of Jacob Junis, he's been really good in his last 5, and he's coming off the best start of his career. Hot and humid here, just like it is in Kansas City. Jacob Junis is coming off his first professional complete game.
Yeah, I mean, this is the time of year when guys are slowing down. They're getting tired. They're not hitting their spots. They're getting hit. Not that way with our guy Junis. He's been outstanding.
And today the Royals will face Indians right-hander Adam Plutko for the first time. Royals. They've won 12 of the last 14 season series and 8 of 12 this year. The lineups and the first pitch are coming up next. There are the Blue Angels, and air shows seem to follow the Royals. On the last road trip, we were in Chicago and got to see the annual air and water show. And just a few moments ago, those Blue Angels went zipping right over Progressive Field. It's hot here and humid, just like in Kansas City. So hopefully the Royals will hit here like they did in Kansas City. Our Kubota Power Stats, the Royals went 7-1 on the homestand. They averaged almost 7 runs per game. They hit 15 home runs. They slugged almost 600 and hit 346 with runners in scoring position. That homestand included taking 2 out of 3 from the Indians. Here's the Royals GMC batting order. Hunter Dozier will be the designated hitter today, so Alcides Escobar will play at third base. Brian Goodwin, Ada Mondesi, and Cam Gallagher are all back in the lineup today. They were not in there yesterday against the Orioles. And with Trevor Bauer on the disabled list, Terry Francona has used right-hander Adam Pletko.
Yep, let's see if they can, Royals offense can stay hot against him. Opponent's just 244. He's not a strikeout pitcher, but you know what? He's more of a finesse. The keys for the Royals to get to Pletko is the lefties lead the way. Man, they've been really good against him. 337. Ned has 4 lefties in his lineup today. We know some of the righties will get him, but counting on the lefties.
So Merrifield, Gordon, and Dozier in the top of the first inning. And a fastball is taken high, and we are underway. Witt hit .394 during the homestand with 9 runs scored and 7 RBIs, including the walk-off home run a couple of nights ago against the Orioles. 1 ball, 1 strike. He also has a career-high 22-game on-base streak, which is the second longest in the major leagues. Alex Bregman of the Astros has reached it 30 consecutive games. On speed, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Pletko is not going to overpower you. He's got a 91-mile-an-hour average on his fastball. He might hit some 92s or 93s, but he's more comfortable in the 90s. Low. 61% fastballs. Look for one.
That's into the crowd off to the right field side. At the same time, the Blue Angels go flying by the right field grandstand.
Yeah, you know, they come over the yard, and I don't know how the hitters and pitchers will be able to concentrate. It's pretty loud.
Off the end of the bat, and Pletko picks it up. He'll go to the bag, and there's one down.
Cleveland Indians defensively, they've made the 5th least amount of errors this year at 70. They've been pretty good, and a +5 in defensive runs saved, which is 16th best out of 30 teams. They're not bad. Yan Gomes, the catcher's thrown out 30% of runners. He's been good catching would-be base stealers.
And we'll see if the Royals are running against Terry Francona's Indians. They've been running. Royals have 38 stolen bases since the break. So do the Indians. Tying for the major league lead. Fouled away by Alex Gordon. Alex did his job during the homestand, hitting at the top of the order. He had 8 runs scored. And 9 runs scored over his last 9 games. Ramirez runs to the side wall, and it's into the 6th row.
Yeah, you know, the Royals, their offense have been really aggressive, but you know, they're also at times being patient too, so really competing well in their at-bats. Alex Gordon was telling me that he's feeling as good as he's felt in the last year and a half. Easy.
Who would have imagined that in the first half for the Royals? It's interesting to make the point, the difference between the first half and the second half. The Royals have become the first team in Major League history to have one streak of 19 games scoring fewer than 5 runs. This will be a long throw for Kipnis, and it's in time to get Alex. First team in Major League history in the same season to have one streak where they went 19 straight games scoring fewer than 5 runs, and an 8-game streak of scoring 5 or more runs. And so there's the turnaround. Last in runs per game and OPS in the first half, and they moved up in runs, and middle of the pack in OPS in the second half.
I think, you know, the impressive thing is their strong finish. That's what you want to do. Better that they're finishing strong than finishing weak. Especially this guy right here, Hunter Dozier. Everything that he's been barreling has been jumping off the bat at 104, 106 exit velo. He's been swinging a good bat. And some solid contact.
Two balls, 1 strike. Dozier's hot stretch goes beyond the last homestand with 3 home runs, 9 RBIs over his last 10 games. And prior to that stretch, Hunter had 4 RBIs in 35 games. And the question comes up often, Hud, how much do you think the arrival of his good buddy Ryan O'Hearn and how relaxed O'Hearn has been at the plate and how productive he's been, has there been some sort of a chain reaction?
That helps a lot. There's no question. You can do it, I can do it too. And then you do it, I'll do it better. So there's a lot of that internal competition we're seeing now. There's another ball that's barreled.
And back goes Allen in center field, and he runs it down. So the Royals hit 2 balls hard, but out against Pletko in a 1-2-3 first. Jacob Junis is coming off the best start of his major league career. He'll try and beat the Indians for the first time this season. Tough offense this afternoon. The GMC Indians batting order. Cleveland has the second highest team batting average in the American League. They have scored the third most runs, and they lead the major leagues in stolen bases. And it's been a tough go so far for Jacob against Cleveland this year. He is 0-2 in his first 2 starts, and his ERA is over 9. And a good start there. A fastball strike to Francisco Lindor.
Okay, but you know what? He's been making the big pitch in his last 7 starts. Look at that opponent's average with a runner at second base and beyond, under 200. Keep her up.
No balls, 2 strikes. And Junis can begin with Francisco Lindor. Jacob has given up 3 home runs in his 2 starts to the Indians, and Lindor has hit all 3. Junis has given up 13 runs to the Indians, and Lindor has driven in 8 of the 13 runs.
Yep, look at his approach. Nice and calm. He's very relaxed. Good slider. Yeah, had him set up for that. Never you can get him off balance. Check this out. Yeah, he was way off balance. That's a great start for Junis. Forward around the horn, Royals defense. Brian Goodwin, he's played all of the outfield positions before he joined the Royals when he was with the Nationals, making his 8th start out there for him today. Escobar, he's had starts at center, he's had starts at shortstop, now his 13th at third base. Go ahead and pick and grin.
Brantley, and a diving stop at second base by Whit Merrifield. So the Royals hit 2 balls right on the nose in the top of the first, but out. And now the Royals return the favor against Brantley and the Indians in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, how about it? They had him play just right. Whit with an excellent catch. Ball hit hard like that. That's a routine play for him. Much prefers playing defense than DHing, but he'll go along with whatever the boss says.
So 5 pitches and 2 outs, and now he's 0-1 on Jose Ramirez. 0-2 on Ramirez. The Royals did an excellent job at the beginning of the last homestand, pitching to the Indians' top 4 hitters.
And that's what you must do if you're going to contain this high-flying offense.
Back to Junis. 3 up and 3 down on just 9 pitches. No score at the end of 1.
later in today's game.
You ever jump out of an airplane?
Have not.
Plan on jumping out of an airplane?
Yes, I'd like to.
Well, I'll be pulling for you.
Okay, well, I gotta put that on the bucket list here. It's already on it.
Brian O'Hearn is out on one pitch against Adam Pletko, who gave up a couple of hard hit outs in the first inning against Gordon and Dozier.
The right fielder, number 38, Jorge Bonifacio.
There's a pitch breakdown. Slider's been his best pitch. That's a little bit like Junis. 61% heaters. Pick one out.
Jorge Bonifacio is slowly turning his season around. He is hitting .241 for the year, but over his last 11 games, it's .368. 1 ball, 1 strike. He is driven in 5, and he has been clutch. 6 for his last 12 with a runner in scoring position. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yep, got him out front there, but you know, you hear when it wasn't going good, he's not seeing the ball well. That's a typical response you get from a hitter, and that's the truth. So I asked him today, hey, what's up with the turnaround? The ball looks big.
Right on cue. That is a line drive home run to left field.
The ball looks big, and that's a true response. Because when you're going good, whoa, man, you are on top of the world. What a nice, short, quick swing that was. And I believe it had topspin on it. It's even more impressive. They're trying to sneak a piece of cheese by him.
Number 25, the center fielder,
The hands.
Brian
Nice handsy type swing. 1-0.
But it was not a very handsy type catch
No,
on the other side of the left field wall.
it was not. Frying pan hands.
Not saying I would have caught that.
No, that's okay. That was hit hard. That exit velo, we'll find that out here in a little bit for you.
388 feet, and on a 1-2 pitch. Fouled away by Brian Goodwin. No balls, 2 strikes. Brian didn't play yesterday, but he had 3 hits in the game on Saturday.
Ed's making sure that these guys that have had little injuries, that they don't just push him too hard, because he's got plenty of outfielders. And what's good about that is Goodwin's like, you know what, I can't wait to get back in there. They stay hungry that way.
Nice big bounce for Alonso. He'll take it to the bag himself. 2 down. StatCast AI powered by AWS.
That launch angle, and that was exit velo, that's right, 106. He powdered it. That was a linea, a serious line drive. Linea, for those that don't know Spanish, is line drive. Thank you.
Ball 1 to Mondesi. He also did not play yesterday, but he had an excellent homestand, as did many of his teammates. Hitting over 360 with 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, and 2 more stolen bases. Line fair up the right field line.
Go ahead.
Melky Cabrera gets it back to the infield in time to hold Mondesi to a 2-out double.
Nicely done. Good top hand. 9th double. Watch that. See that top ball's up like that? He really stayed on top.
Kansas City,
rolled him over and just out of the way of the first baseman, Alonso. Pick him up here. 2 outs. See if they can pick him up. Escobar told me before the game too, hey look, I'm going to hit the ball the same way as I did yesterday. Short, trying to just put the ball in play to the opposite field. See how he does.
Well, Esky had 3 hits yesterday, and that was the only game that he played in the weekend series, and his first was a 2-out RBI base hit. Mondesi's caught Pletko's attention. 0-2. And Alcides Escobar has picked things up. The bulk of those numbers came in August, and he's raised his overall average 23 points. 0-2. Breaking ball, and it hung, but Escobar swings and misses and strikes out, and that's Pletko's first. But the Royals score first on Jorge Bonifacio's line drive home run to left. Young Royals who have pitched well during their successful stretch. Royals' successful stretch, our Kia drive to success, and it's been a great turn through the rotation. Royals starters have been 4-0. Their ERA is under 2, and this was historic for the Royals in the Baltimore series. Encarnacion grounds it foul. It was the first time in Royals history that 3 rookies went 7 or more innings and allowed 2 runs or fewer in 3 consecutive games. Keller, Phil Meyer, and Lopez, who got his first win as a Royal yesterday. And over a longer stretch, Royal starters in their last 12 have a 3.01 ERA. Two and two on Edwin Encarnacion.
Well, the Royals have done a good job
obviously, in their run, they're competing internally with each other, which is a good thing. They've been able to hold Encarnacion down. This guy, 12 games, is 156. So they've done a good job of pitching to this slugger.
That's out of play.
You missed that. The thing that was impressive about Junis' start, amongst a few other things, was the movement he had on his fastball. His fastball was really good. I mean, it had, obviously, the 5 of the 7 strikeouts were on that pitch, but it had late life, like Lopez did yesterday.
That fastball is pulled foul. Yeah, the Orioles yesterday seemed to be expecting Jorge to nibble after he got ahead in the count. He struck out 8, which was a career high, but he had at one point 5 consecutive strikeouts on a fastball looking. So they're up there going, okay, 2 strikes. Now here come the sliders and the curveballs and the changeups, and he had the Orioles all mixed up yesterday. Who knows, maybe he saw what Junis did with his fastball in that start against the Tigers.
That's right. He attacked. I mean, like, really aggressive with it.
And he attacked Encarnacion there.
Stay with it.
And O'Hearn reaches over the railing and makes a play. Unfortunately, there was a small section there in the first row where nobody was sitting, so he didn't have to worry about fan interference. 1 down in the second inning. Let's go down to Joel.
Well, Ryan, Jorge Lopez joked with us on Price Chopper Royals Live that maybe the Orioles had the wrong scouting report. Jacob Junis was on Price Chopper Royals Live with us last week talking about the complete game. He said that was a dream come true. It's something that every pitcher would want to check off of a list. Now he has experienced that. The other thing that we saw that we have never seen from him before was incredible emotion. We always talk about how stoic he is, but he told us that he had that 8th inning escape. It was a big moment. He said he had already given up a home run and 2 hits in the inning. Cal Eldred came out and said, why don't you throw a sinker here to get that quick, easy out, kind of like that. Nice, easy out there. He said he got the 5-4-3 double play exactly the way Cal Eldred drew it up, and he said, I couldn't help myself. I got excited. It was a big moment. And by the way, guys, his dad, Jody, said to me, hey, I told him it's okay to show emotion. You don't have to be like Corey Kluber every time.
Totally agree with you. I loved it. And even though it wasn't a lot, there's nothing wrong with that.
No walks in those 9 innings. And Junis, by the way, he is 4-0 against the Tigers this year. Only Jacob Junis and Brett Saberhagen have 4 wins in 1 season against Detroit among Royals. Fouled away by Melky Cabrera. No balls, 2 strikes.
Another thing, he's been able to keep the ball in the yard.
Junis has thrown 20 pitches, 16 strikes. So that's just the 5th pitch in the first 2 innings that has not been in the strike zone. He's 1-2 on Melky Cabrera. Fouled away, still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Melky's getting a chance to play with a first place team, and he was signed very late. But the Indians have 3 outfielders on the disabled list. That was a line drive. How in the world did he elevate that pitch? Even Melky is wondering how he elevated that pitch. Jacob Junis wants to know how he elevated that pitch.
Available now exclusively through the Ballpark app. Get a $5 ticket for the Tuesday, September 11th game versus the White Sox. For more information, visit Royals.com.
1-0 Royals on a Jorge Bonifacio home run. Ball one to Cam Gallagher, who played in 2 games after his call up from Omaha and was 2 for 6 with a home run. 2 balls and no strikes. He was not in the lineup yesterday, as we got to watch Maybreeze Viloria in his big league debut. Two balls, 1 strike. Pletko is making his 4th start in place of Trevor Bauer, who's on the disabled list with a fracture to his leg. And in Bauer's place, the Indians have lost his first 3 starts. His ERA is 5.4. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pretty good opponent's batting average in those 3 starts, though. .210.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Mixing them up, tricking them.
3 balls, 2 strikes. The Indians have another solid starting rotation. Last year they led the American League in starters and bullpen ERA. Not this year. They've had bullpen issues. Gallagher goes the other way. So Cam is 3 out of 7 since rejoining the Royals, and he's on to begin the 3rd inning. Only the Royals and the Orioles, who have both lost 90 games this year, have a higher bullpen ERA than the Indians. So you got 2 teams who have struggled. It would make sense that they've had some bullpen issues. And then the Indians, who have won 77 games, have the 3rd highest bullpen ERA in the American League.
Yeah, you know, I think that's a concern for Francona, for sure. Miller's gone back on the DL.
Terry Francona's team is having another successful second half. They were 19-9 in August. That's the best record in the American League, but 0-2 so far in September, losing a couple of games to the Rays. Lifted to right field, and Cabrera shades his eyes from the sun and makes a play. Witt is 0 for 2. Terry Francona's team has done very well against the Central. 20 games over 500. They have a losing record against every other division in the major leagues. And that's why their record in the Central, why they have a 14-game lead, which is the largest lead in the major leagues by 6.5 games.
And you know, the Royals, they're the closest to 500 in any category against their own division here. That's good. Yeah, you play good within your division, good things can happen here. For tonight, they're 25-30.
One and one on Alex. He grounded sharply to Kipnis in the 1st inning. Two and one. Three balls, 1 strike.
He'll take a walk. His next walk will be his 43rd at 2nd on the team behind Witt. Witt's got 52.
Off the screen in front of the Royals dugout. strike 3 called on a fastball that Alex thought was down. He had already flipped his bat toward the first base dugout and thought he had ball 4.
To the plate now for Kansas
2 down.
The designated hitter, Hunter Dozier.
Yep. Got plenty of the zone there.
Home plate umpire is Doug Eddings. So Gallagher's at first with 2 down to Hunter Dozier, who lined out to deep center field his first time up. Greg Allen made a nice running play. Allen at this point is not much of a hitter at the big league level, but he can really go get it in center field. This one is a shallow right off the end of the bat, and Cabrera is there to end the inning. So the Royals aren't able to make anything of Gallagher's leadoff single. Is brought to you by the Missouri Lottery. Every ticket played gives back to Missouri schools. So play it forward with the Missouri Lottery. And by Chevrolet, the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall. Find yours at your Kansas City area Chevy dealers. That looks refreshing on a hot, humid day in Cleveland. Indians lost in Game 7 in that 2016 World Series right here to the Chicago Cubs. Alex tiptoes onto the warning track and takes care of Jason Kipnis. And Jacob Junis has retired the first 7. Well, the Indians made some news right before the waiver trading deadline, acquiring Josh Donaldson from the Blue Jays. In our University of Kansas Health System injury report update, he has been out. Donaldson has since May with a left calf injury, and he was placed back on the disabled list today, but he is playing a rehab game in Columbus, and he has hit a grand slam today in his first minor league game as a member of the Cleveland Indians, and they're talking about getting him into their lineup at third and moving Jose Ramirez to second, which might squeeze Jason Kipnis playing time.
Offense is not a problem. I mean, they just got stronger. They added more runs to their lineup with Donaldson, who's a run producer. And if he's healthy, pretty dominant lineup.
Fastball right by him. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Yan Gomes. A .257 hitter against the league, but a .400 hitter against the Royals this year. And another fastball right by him. That's Jake's second strikeout. There are 2 down in the 3rd inning.
You know, you always hear about the adjustments that are made in this game because it is a game of adjustments. So early in the season, Junis faced these guys a couple of times and he got his number. They were used to chasing on with 2 strikes and sliders. Now with 2 strikes, just like in his last outing, he's going with fastball, and they're just a tick off of it when they swing at it because they're looking for the slider. So he's adjusting. I like that. That's what you do, especially in your own division when you face this team more than any other team.
Well, for most of the year, Jacob has had the highest percentage of strikeouts with his slider. I mean, almost all of his strikeouts were with his slider for his first 20 starts, 20 plus starts, but not against the Tigers last time out. And he's made an adjustment. The league is expecting that slider now with 2 strikes.
Right.
So the element of surprise has something to do with it.
Ouch.
That hit Allen. And that's the Indians' first base runner, and it comes with 2 outs in the 3rd inning.
All right, you see that now. The slider usage, that's the highest percentage of pitches he uses. Gets good results. 165 opponent average. That's the 15th batter Junis has hit this year.
Good for him.
It's a big number.
And if that sounds like a high number, that is a new single season Royals record.
Okay.
Nailing 15 guys in one season.
Looked like a big number.
Ball 1 to Francisco Lindor. And that also ties Junis for the league lead. Charlie Morton of the Astros has also plunked 15. Jeremy Guthrie had previously owned that record. He had 14 in 2014, the same year that he pitched Game 7 of the World Series for the Royals. 1 ball and 1 strike on Lindor. He struck out in the 1st inning.
You know, having a reputation of coming inside is good, but that wasn't the last batter there hit by Allen. That was not an intentional, and a lot of them have been, especially the one to Aaron Judge that put him out. That was not an intentional pitch. The ball got away from him, and I'm sure Junis kind of feels pretty bad. And Judge hasn't been back since.
That's an interesting shadow situation for Allen.
Yeah, and it's not good. You have to really adjust your helmet, push your helmet down a little bit so you can get some shade in them eyes, because it can be tough. And, you know, for the hitters too. These odd start times during the middle of the afternoon could cause shadow issues.
Stroked into center field. Allen thought about running, and now it's bobbled by Goodwin, and Allen will go to 3rd, so that's probably a base hit and an error. And with 2 outs, the Indians get a hit batter and a base hit, and it is an error on Goodwin. 1st and 3rd, 2 down.
He's going to be in scoring position regardless. And that's an easy swing on a pitch that's off the plate, and credit the hitter. Whenever the base runner stops and then goes, you get an error on a bobble.
And now Now Michael Brantley, who lined out to Merrifield on the best defensive play of the game so far.
This is the key for Junis today against Cleveland. Continue to do well with runners in scoring position. Make the pitch.
Now Lindor runs. Gallagher's going to throw through. And let's see if the Indians send Allen down from third. Here he comes. And the throw to the plate is in time. Perfectly executed by the Royals.
Nice job by Whitley, and a great block of the plate by Cam Gallagher. Got his foot right there before Allen could get it in there. It's beautiful. You know, with 2 outs, it's a good time when they put that play on to try to sneak a run in there. Couldn't happen.
Touched 5 times before the Royals got the out at home plate to get Greg Allen, who is caught stealing. And that's a curious play by Francisco Lindor and the Indians. First and third, 2 down. Michael Brantley at the plate with Ramirez and Encarnacion coming up. So executed well by the Royals. 1-0 KC on a Bonifacio home run. And now it's 0-2 on O'Hearn, who grounded out to second base in the second inning. Outside, 1-2.
Yeah, you know, it was a little bit shocking to see it, Francona, if they did put that play on at the top of the lineup where all their run producers are.
It is possible that Lindor was trying to steal and then didn't like his jump and hit the brakes.
You know, when he slowed down 20 feet before second and looked, I thought it was intentional, but maybe it wasn't.
Three and 2 on O'Hearn with Bonifacio on deck and then Goodwin. That's well hit to center field. Allen is nowhere near it, and it's over the wall. Ryan O'Hearn hits another home run.
Ooh, another line drive homer. Oh man, I'll tell you what, O'Hearn, he is centering up some baseballs off of his barrel of his bat, and that's perfect swing. His 8th on the season. Down 91. That's what you want to do. Lift it. Lift and drive. 2-hand follow through. Nicely done. 20th ribby.
And he's done all of that in 24 games. 24 games, 8 home runs, and 20 RBIs. So he's been hitting home runs in bunches. Unlike Jorge Bonifacio, who's at the plate right now. He went a month and a half in between home runs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. His home run to left field in the second inning was his first since July 14th, and 116 at bats.
Beauty.
And now Pletko gets him with a slider. 1 down in the 4th inning. That's Pletko's 3rd strikeout.
Stepping in now for the Royals, center fielder Brian Goodwin.
Definitely not going to give him anything straight after that line drive home.
Upstairs to Brian Goodwin. He grounded out to the first baseman Alonso in the 2nd inning.
And that was a pitch that was away that he tried to pull, and I could tell the minute he stepped out of the box, he shook his head and goes, I don't want to do that. He has such a good swing to the opposite field. You only pull mistakes that are off speed that are up. You're thinking the other way. Your eyes will react. Tell your hands that that's the one.
Two and one on Brian. That's ripped to right field and will drop in front of Melky Cabrera. And Goodwin will hold with a 1-out single. That's 5 hits for the Royals.
Yeah, and that looked like an off-speed.
Stepping in now for
Plus, change up. That's what those are the ones you pull.
Mondesi doubled up the right field line in the 2nd inning. Got a high fastball and he fouled it straight back.
Some good numbers Mondesi has for just 50 games. One and one. Mentioned that Pletko is filling in for Trevor Bauer, who's on the disabled list. They were teammates at UCLA, and Garrett Cole was there during that time. Oh man, they're pretty strong in pitching.
Yeah, Pletko was a freshman in 2011 when Bauer and Cole were taken in the 1st round, and then 2 years later, Pletko won the College World Series for the Bruins over Mississippi State. And he was named the College World Series most outstanding player that year.
Now, how does he make it to the same team as his former teammate? Isn't that weird how that happens?
Breaking ball got him. 4 strikeouts for Pletko, 2 down in the 4th.
Folks, bring your four-legged Royals fans to the game with you next Wednesday, September 12th, with a special theme ticket for our last Bark at the Park of the season. Purchase your tickets at royals.com/theme tickets in order to receive a Royals branded dog tag. And they want to see the Royals play too, live. Bring them.
Escobar struck out in the second inning. That was with Mondesi at second base and 2 down. Back to Pletko. He lobs it over to first in time to end the inning. The Royals have hit 2 home runs today. Bonifacio in the second, and Ryan O'Hearn here in the fourth, his 8th. Mobile. Here's that play on defense for the Royals, with the Indians trying a double steal. Perfectly executed, and the ball was touched 5 times. And Greg Allen is out at the plate.
Look at that foot by Cam Gallagher. Perfect position right there. When that ball is in the air on the way, you can move yourself into a position to block that plate, and he did. Got his hand before it got in there. Like how, wow, I like how Witt lined his feet up when he caught it. He didn't throw off balance. He got directly where he wanted to throw that target, direct to his target. Lined himself up.
Brantley grounds it to O'Hearn. Junis is over to cover. When you first said, and he did a good job of blocking the plate, my first thought was, uh-oh, I hope that's not something the Indians can challenge. But as you just pointed out, it was as the ball was arriving, and he was, and it looks like there that the blocking of the plate was a result of him striding to make the tag.
Yeah, perfect timing. That's a really good play by Gallagher.
Had his foot been in that spot before the throw was made, Terry Francona has his guy, Mike Barnett, former Royals hitting coach, take another look at it.
But you know, a lot has to do with the throw. If the throw's on the first base side of the plate, then Gallagher's got to go over and reach, and then he can't get his foot in that position. So the throw, the final throw by Witt was awesome. I like it. Playing good defense, getting some good pitching, throwing a couple runs up there. And Junis, his last few starts, he's had a lead, and he's been able to hold it.
Two and two on Ramirez, who grounded back to Junis in the first inning. .37 home runs hit by Jose Ramirez. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's our Toyota League leaders, the Major League home run leaders. Chris Davis, JD Martinez, that makes sense, and then Jose Ramirez. He is down on strikes, and Junis has struck out 3.
Mo Lottery replay shows that he's really trusting that fastball. That's had some late movement on it. That's why he's using it. Getting some really good tailing action. Arm side run is what they call that.
A little bit outside to Edwin Encarnacion. He fouled out to O'Hearn, who went reaching into the crowd to make the play. 2-0. Fastball that was cutting away from Encarnacion. 3 2/3 scoreless today. A 9.82 ERA for Junis in his first 2 starts against the Indians.
And you said those 3 homers were all one guy, Lindor.
Francisco Lindor. Solo home run, a grand slam, and a 3-run home run. And all Lindor has done today is single. He has the only hit for the Indians so far. Grounded right to Mondesi. So make it 4 scoreless innings for Junis, allowing just 1 hit, and the Royals lead 2-0. Hungry for legendary pizza and chicken? It's Pizza Ranch for the win. Take a little cruise around Cleveland.
No, thank you.
That is the Good Time 3. Not to be confused with the original Good Time or Good Time 2.
Okay.
They are somewhere at the bottom of Lake Erie.
It's a big lake.
One and one on Cam Gallagher, who also led off the 3rd inning and singled but never advanced beyond first base. Tap foul, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gallagher, Merrifield, and Gordon. The Royals have solo home runs today from Bonifacio and O'Hearn. Plesko got him to chase, and Plesko has struck out 5. Here's Witt, 0 for 2 so far today, and the subject of our sprint trivia question. Witt is one of 5 American leaguers since 2011 with 10 or more home runs, 35 or more doubles, and 30 or more stolen bases in a season. 1 of 5, so let's get the other 4. 10 or more home runs, 35 or more doubles, and 30 or more steals. One ball, 1 strike. When Jose Ramirez hits 2 more doubles, he will join that list. He has 33 doubles. Two and 1. He also needs another stolen base, and when he accomplishes that, he'll have a 30-30 season.
Yep, he's putting it together. Both sides of the plate, having an MVP type season. You put Donaldson in that lineup, move him to second base. There's a lot of production out of their 9. Or they could put Kipnis in the outfield.
They'd like Kipnis' bat, but they would prefer Allen's defense. Melky Cabrera's had a busy day out in right field. That's the second time he's retired Merrifield. 2 down. What about Lorenzo Cain?
For the trivia?
No, let's just talk about it.
Or to get him back out here. Yeah, no, that's good.
Okay.
Locaine, Mookie Betts, maybe Altuve.
Yep. Those are 3 good places to start. Alex Gordon is grounded to second and struck out. One ball, 1 strike. What about Francisco Lindor?
I think that's a good name to put on the list.
One and 2. What about his teammate? Maybe Ramirez hasn't gotten on that list this year, but did he do that last year?
Might have. He had a great year. I don't know exact numbers, but
10 or more home runs, 35 or more doubles. I think Lindor's accomplished those. 30 or more steals. I'm not sure Ramirez did that last year. Just foul over the bag. And Alex, with some body language, was trying to will that ball over the bag. Struck him out. Plesko has his second 1-2-3 inning. He has 6 strikeouts in 5 innings, but Junis and the Royals lead 2-0. Up in a little over a week, Joel Goldberg, George Brett, Brett Saberhagen, Reggie Sanders, and Mike Sweeney are going to jump aboard some Blue Angels jets and fly over to the Middle East. Well, maybe not.
They wish.
Fox Sports Kansas City is teaming up with the USO and the Royals, and they'll be meeting deployed troops in the Middle East, including the Missouri National Guard 35th Combat Aviation Brigade out of Sedalia on September the 11th for our annual This One's For You. So instead of simply linking up via satellite and visiting with the troops during our broadcast, Joel and several Royals Hall of Famers will be over there mingling with the troops.
Yeah, well, you know, we had that situation last couple of seasons where they went live there. I think it's going to be exciting.
Broken bat, and that'll drop into right center field. Yonder Alonso is on to begin the bottom of the fifth. He is 1 for 2. That's just the second hit allowed by Jacob Junis.
And, you know, 90, belt high, could have been more damage, especially off of his bat. He's powerful.
Seeing Melky here in Cleveland brings back a Royals memory. This was the year before you got here, Hud, but a young Carlos Carrasco was pitching for the Indians, and Melky hit a grand slam here playing for the Royals, and no pun intended, but he milked it. He watched it. Carlos Carrasco didn't like it. Billy Butler was the next guy up, and Carrasco whistled one over Billy's head. Now, Carrasco and Melky, 7 years later, are teammates. And that's well hit to center field. Goodwin is there. Good route. One out, and Alonso is back to first base.
Boy, the center fielders that Nets put out there this season have all been really good. Excellent jumps. Nothing's fallen that should have fallen. No problem.
Jason Kipnis flied to the warning track in left field his first time up. And Junis is in with a strike. Any more thoughts on our trivia question?
You put Mike Trout down, didn't you?
I did. What about this guy? Kip, he had a year a few seasons ago where he was among the elite in speed and power.
And remember, Michael Young, he's been sneaking in there with a few trivias. Did he do that?
Is he still around? 7 years ago?
Yeah.
Was he? Okay.
Oh, no, I'm thinking about Kinsler.
Kinsler? Okay.
Michael Young's been retired for several years. I definitely like, how can you miss with Trout? Mike Trout. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, we got one. We got.
Okay.
How many more? 3 more?
3 more.
Okay.
Junis strikes out his third, 2 down in the 5th inning. There was a year that Jason Kipnis, 4 strikeouts for Junis. There was a year where Kipnis was up there with Trout and Ryan Braun. And I think it was 2012. Power and speed.
Go with him.
Put Braun down. So Trout is a winner. We have Lorenzo Cain, Mookie Betts, Jose Altuve, Francisco Lindor, Ryan Braun, and I'll throw Kipnis on there.
Yeah.
American League player. So no Brian Braun.
All right.
But I remember Kipnis early in his big league career, he stole a lot of bases. 0-2 on Gomes.
Go with him. Throw him out there.
Which one?
Kipnis. Sound pretty confident in him. Go with him.
Well, more so than Jose Altuve?
I think Altuve might be.
I feel better about Altuve. You feel good about Altuve?
Yes.
Jose Altuve. Correct.
Ding, 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 ding.
So 2 to go. We have all 3 strikes. Gomes struck out on a fastball in the 3rd inning. And fastball's high on consecutive pitches. Junis just threw fastballs right by Gomes to get the strikeout. Still 2-2. And struck him out with a fastball again, but that one was down and out of the strike zone. And Jacob Junis in his first 5 innings today has given up no runs on 2 singles, and the Royals lead 2-0. Jorge Bonifacio are coming up in our Sonic Slam inning. Our contestant is Anna Klinkenbeard from Crane, Missouri. If the Royals hit a home run out of the park in this inning, Anna wins $300. If the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park, Anna wins $25,000 from Sonic and the Royals. And 2 of those 3 guys coming up have already homered. Base hit left center field for Hunter Dozier. And for Dozier, that extends his hitting streak to 6 games. And the Royals have their leadoff man on.
Looked to me like he was able to pick that ball up at the bottom of the strike zone. Breaking
Number 66, Ryan O'Hearn.
good swing. See the dot? That's what the hitter sees, even though he didn't see it that slow.
Our director, Steve Kurtenbach, informs me that Crane, Missouri is southwest of Springfield. Ryan O'Hearn has homered again.
Oh!
He is homered again. Again.
I thought you just said that.
9 home runs in his first 24 games, extending his own record. So that's worth $300 on its way to southwest of Springfield. And the Royals have 2 more in the 6th inning, and they have a 4-0 lead.
Anna, cha-ching. Wow, how about that? This is a breaking ball. Looked like it was a changeup, just floated in there. Talked about how hitters will think the other way, but if they get something slow, they're going to pull it. And he had an excellent launch angle, had a little lift there towards the end. He's got that swing down. Stay hot.
The previous record was Mark Quinn back in 1999. He homered 6 times in his first 24 games, and now Ryan O'Hearn has 9 in his first 24 games.
Of course, his buddy Dozier was on ahead of him.
And that's his first multi-home run game in the big leagues. Pitching coach Carl Willis went out to have a quick chat with Pletko. Pletko, by the way, has given up 16 home runs in 63 innings. Bonifacio was down in the count 1-2 in the 2nd inning, and he had a line drive home run to left field, and then Pletko struck him out in the 4th. That pitch stayed up. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dan Otero is the righty. Tyler Olson is the lefty, and they are warming up in a hurry.
Yep. Pletko finding way too much in the middle.
He's pitched effectively up with his fastball.
He has.
But it's not the pitch that's hurt him today.
It's been middle and down, and credit the hitters. Nice to be in this house and hear how quiet it is.
Pletko comes back with a strikeout after the home run. That is his 7th.
Approaching the plate for the Royals. The
1 out to Brian Goodwin.
Confident young hitter. Hot.
Royals have hit 10 home runs in their last 4 games against the Indians.
O'Hearn's making the best of his opportunity. That's for sure. He's got his chance he's going for.
Goodwin thought that was high. No balls, 2 strikes. Seven strikeouts is a new career high for Pletko, but there's no time for celebrating that at the moment. He's given up 3 home runs and he's down 4-0. Goodwin is the 2nd out of the 6th.
Create moments you will remember forever with the Royals Memories Program. Download the MLB Ballpark app now and to choose from unique experiences that give you access to the field. Watching batting practice next to the pros, delivering a game ball to the mound, or taking a fireworks show from the outfield grass. See full list of experiences on the Ballpark app on your mobile device.
Oh, and 1 on Mondesi, who has doubled and struck out.
Pletko, he might have to stay with that big, slow curveball.
That's back onto the screen above the lower level.
might have one coming right here.
And back down to the field it goes.
Makes it.
There are many ballparks that have that canopy screen, and it used to be every ballpark had that screen. And I can tell you, as a former bat boy slash ball boy, that was my favorite foul ball.
The one that would roll off the top.
Yeah, because then you could sit there, and if you caught it, you got a nice little round of applause.
Like it.
Especially when you're 9 or 10 years old. Well, make it 8 strikeouts for a new career high for Pletko, but O'Hearn is homered twice. Bonifacio is homered, and the Royals take a 4-0 lead into the bottom of the 6th.
Bonnet to Bombardier. In Cleveland, fans join Fox Sports Kansas City and team up for Down Syndrome on September 30th for Special Day at the K. Every ticket purchase will benefit the special needs community in Kansas City. Get your tickets at royals.com/special day and join us, please. Last day of the season.
Against these Indians. The second time in the last 3 years that we've wrapped up the season at home against Cleveland. It's well hit to left field, but Allen doesn't have that kind of power. Got a little help from the wind. One down, and Jacob Junis is off to a great start today, coming off the best start of his career, a complete game on Tuesday against Detroit. Here's his Pizza Ranch for the win line for today. He has allowed 2 singles, and he has hit a batter in 5 1/3 innings. No runs. He has struck out 5. 3 strikeouts with his fastball. One of his strikeouts has been against Francisco Lindor. And that's a smash foul. Jacob Junis, in his first 23 starts this year, never had more than 2 strikeouts in a game with his fastball. 23 starts, never more than 2 strikeouts with his fastball. Now he got a lot with his slider. Lindor hits it hard and deep and foul. 2 strikes. Now in his last 2 starts, he has 5 strikeouts with his fastball on Tuesday against the Tigers, and 3 strikeouts with his fastball in his first 5 innings today.
Getting some good life, good movement to it.
One hop to Escobar. Close, but out. 2 down. We've been talking about Junis needing perhaps a third pitch, a more effective third pitch, and it could be his changeup. He also throws a curve in addition to his slider, but the adjustment in his last few starts has just been going to his fastball when opposing hitters think he's going to his slider.
Yeah, you know, there's been some talk of him getting maybe stronger in the offseason, building his body up so he can, you know, have a little more stamina, durability throughout the season. But look, he's using his fastball. He's not missing on that pitch. He's a lot of times fastball slow down late in the season from a pitcher with natural fatigue, but he's getting good movement.
That is just foul, according to first base umpire Joe West.
Confidence. He's getting confidence in the pitch.
Indians dugout is playfully screaming at him as they take another look at the replay. Joe West is in his 41st year as a major league umpire.
Wow. Quite a mark. Been
He
around.
was 23 years old when he umpired his first big league game.
Awesome. He's been around 1 year longer than Mike Swanson.
Is that possible?
I don't know. I'm thinking, man, that's got to be as much time as
Be
anybody's had in
careful.
the game.
Swanee might be watching.
Well, I just don't mean anything bad, Ryan. It's just a compliment, really.
Last year, Joe West umpired in his 5,000th career game, and altogether, he is second all-time in games as a major league umpire.
It's pretty impressive. Bragging rights.
Three and two on Brantley with Jose Ramirez on deck.
Why not sneak the piece of cheese by him?
Didn't sneak it by him, but he got a ground ball to O'Hearn, and now it's 6 scoreless innings for Jacob Junis. He has allowed just 2 singles, and the Royals lead is 4-0.
Junie, go ahead.
We'd like to say congratulations.
Summary, and that's Jorge Bonifacio on a 1-2 pitch in the second inning, hitting a solo home run against Adam Pletko. And then Ryan O'Hearn adds to his Royals record with his 8th home run in his first 24 games, but that's not good enough. O'Hearn again in the 6th inning with Dozier at first base. He has 9 home runs in his first 24 games, extending his own Royals record. And the Royals have scored all 4 runs by way of the home run. And now they've knocked Adam Pletko out. And in our Chevy call to the bullpen, here's Dan Otero. Cleanly shaven Dan Otero.
I didn't recognize him without his beard.
5.62 ERA will do that to you sometimes.
It can humble you at times. He's a veteran. He's been through this before. The league's hit 282 off of him. Sometimes you look for any way to change it.
Escobar, Gallagher, and Merrifield are coming up against Otero. No balls, 2 strikes. Let's button up our trivia question here, Hud.
But we got 2 more.
2 more. Witt is one of 5 AL players since 2011. Escobar is down on 3 pitches. One of 3 AL players since 2011 with 10 or more home runs, 35 or more doubles, and 30 or more steals. We have Mike Trout and Jose Altuve. 2 more to go. And we have all 3 strikes. So I say we fire away.
Go right ahead, bud.
Lorenzo Cain. Strike 1.
Could it be somebody playing defense on the field right now?
You like my Kipnis?
Yeah, I do. I think he's got the steals.
I think he's got the steals. I know he had the home runs that year.
Okay.
But the doubles, 35 doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a significant number. Now, our producer, Kevin Cedergren, kind of helped me trigger that thought because Kipnis came to the plate an inning or so ago, and he said, "You want to try and answer the trivia question?"
Oh,
so I looked at Kipnis and I thought, remember he and Braun and Trout one year hit for power and had speed. So I'm going to say, you want to try it?
Yes.
Jason Kipnis. Ha ha.
Ding, 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 ding.
Correct. How about that?
Yeah. We're all over. This time of the year, we have the scouting report on our truck.
Okay, we have Mookie Betts and Francisco Lindor on our list of possibles.
Now we got 1 more out.
Lindor sets his feet. Alonso stretches. 2 down. I just tried both of those guys. We have 2 more strikes.
Yes.
Mookie Betts. Strike 2. All right. Lindor's the last guy. You want to go with him or you want to think of somebody else?
Let's go with him.
Yeah. Francisco Lindor. Strike 3. Darn it.
So we tanked.
Well, this is a guy that we were thinking of recently for another question with power and stolen bases.
Yeah.
Well, we were thinking, actually, we thought he might be a 60 stolen base guy. Jacoby Ellsbury.
He did that in Boston, I think, didn't he? Yeah, Terry Francona.
Good question.
Yeah.
Witt is 0 for 3 today. He's made a nice play on defense on a live drive by Brantley in the first inning. 2 balls and 1 strike.
He wants to keep his on-base streak alive. Got to do something right here. Think middle.
Bregman, Alex Bregman, by the way, did reach in a win over Minnesota today, so he's reached in 31 games in a row, which is the longest in the American League. Witt is at 22 as he gets a new bat. In fact, Bregman was on base twice today. No swing. Gomes thought it was a swing. He was headed back to the third base dugout on the appeal to Joe West.
Did a nice job, I thought, checking his swing.
Nice backhand play by Ramirez, and throws back across his body and gets wit.
That's a wow. Man, oh man, did he make that look easy. Caught it and threw it one step. Just get it there any way you can.
Warm up some pitchers in the bullpen if needed. Our minor league spotlight takes a look at another catcher in the Royals system, former draft pick out of Puerto Rico. And you see the numbers on Xavier Fernandez. Talking to assistant general manager Scott Sharp about him, he said this is his first year back from Tommy John surgery. Nice offense-defense combo, right-handed bat who can really throw, and the arm is starting to come back to him after that surgery. What's also interesting is they said he's at his best against really good pitchers, high velocity pitchers. So they think that his ability to hit really great pitching could play up here down the road in the big leagues. And Ryan and Hud, catching we know is so important. If you look at the system now, Cam Gallagher, Xavier Fernandez in Double-A, Neighbors Valoria, High A, Sebastian Rivero and MJ Melendez at Low A, and another kid named Freddie Fermin playing for Burlington and rookie ball. They are stacked right now with catching prospects.
Yeah, that's not a bad problem to have either.
Now you got Valoria. If he moves up to Double-A next year, which he should, now he's going into Double-A with a little major league experience.
Yeah, that's huge. I thought he looked great yesterday. Ned Yost gave him some really good reviews.
Jacob Junis has 6 scoreless innings. He has only thrown 76 pitches, and number 77 is fouled away by Jose Ramirez.
Just in a nice little groove. I like his rhythm, his tempo, his pitches. Everything's been looking good.
Ramirez has grounded back to Junis and struck out. Jake has struck out 5 today. Off the end of the bat and into the Indians dugout.
Just not making any mistakes with any of his pitches. His fastball has gotten tagged a lot, especially early in the season. 9 homers off the 4-seamer. Slider, 9 homers when he hangs them. Those get hit, but he's been putting it where he wants it. Look at the pitch efficiency.
That's great. Nothing above 16 all day. That's well hit to center field. Goodwin is back, and he's got it. The wind is blowing straight in. That ball was hit hard, but it was hit high, and you could hang that flag at a Perkins. It's so big, and if that flag is moving like that, that'll just tell you how hard that wind is blowing in through center field. Gallagher runs to the screen, and it's on the netting. One other thing, talking about Royals minor leaguers, AAA Omaha completed their schedule today, and you know we love to talk about Ryan O'Hearn and Hunter Dozier being good buddies, and they're playing so well together in the big leagues. But before O'Hearn got here, we talked a lot about Ryan O'Hearn and Frank Schwindel, and Frank Schwindel hit his 38th double in the Storm Chasers' final game of the season. That is a franchise record. It had been held by Steve Hammond and Clint Robinson. So congratulations to Frank Schwindel.
Frank the Tank, good job, nice season.
1-2 on Encarnacion. He is fouled out to O'Hearn, who reached into the crowd to get it and grounded out to Mondesi at short. 2-2. The Indians have had a total of 3 base runners today. They had a hit batter and a single in the 3rd, and then a single in the 5th, and that's it.
That's going to stay.
Escobar with Gallagher and Eski. It's an easier play for the 3rd baseman, and he's got it for the 2nd out. Join fellow Royals fans in expressing your creative side at our last Paint at the Park event. It's Thursday, September 13th. You'll enjoy 1 free drink while following an art demonstration from Kino's Palette in the Hall of Fame Pavilion. Create a one-of-a-kind piece to show your Royals pride before watching the Royals take on the Twins. Visit royals.com/paint for more details.
Speaking of paint, Junis has a nice paintbrush himself today.
He has his own Paint at the Park in Cleveland today.
A progressive field, no question about it.
One and one on Yonder Alonso, who has one of the 2 hits, and his hit was a shattered bat. Bloop into right center field.
And there might be some fans that wonder what we're talking about with a paintbrush. But that's a term in baseball that pitchers use, hitters, when you're on the outside parts of the strike zone all day long. He's painting the corners. He's painting. That's where that comes from.
Broke another bat. Imagine getting your smallest paintbrush and painting the edges. That's where you do your finest work. When you're painting a room, you get the big roller out in the middle of the wall. That's easy, but you have to have a little more precision when you're painting the edges. And
that's right.
That's what the best pitchers do. 3-2 on Alonso.
Make him earn it. No free rides. 4-run lead. Getting late.
struck him out. And that's 7 scoreless innings and 6 strikeouts for Jacob Junis.
Ooh-wee, Junis. Paint the corners.
Mike Clevenger against Danny Duffy. Coverage begins at 5:30 tomorrow with Price Chopper Royals Live, and the first pitch is at 6:10. And then the final game will be on Sunday, and that's Brad Keller and Corey Kluber.
For the Indians, and that's number 46, John Edwards. And leading off for Kansas City at the top of the 8th.
I don't think Cal Eldred is telling Junis what he should be doing today. I think he is reinforcing what Jacob is doing today.
Yep.
7 scoreless innings, and now John Edwards is a Chevy call to the bullpen. He came over in the trade with the Padres, but he went to the minor leagues, and he has big league experience, but this is his first, or his last outing against the Rays was just his first appearance in the big leagues this year.
They're looking, they're searching. Any kind of answers for their bullpen would be great. He's 6'5", 235, big guy, 30 years old, has some big league experience. Mid to upper 90s with his fastball at times, slider, curve.
Alex is 0 for 3. He'll be followed by Dozier and O'Hearn. Still no balls, 2 strikes. The Royals have hit 3 home runs today. Bonifacio and O'Hearn have hit solo home runs, and then O'Hearn hit another home run with a man on. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. .96 miles an hour. Indians pitchers have struck out 10 Royals today.
And then now for the Royals, number 17, Hunter Dozier.
So here's Dozier, who had a triple yesterday. And every time the Royals hit a triple, the Kansas City Honda dealers make a $1,000 donation to the KC Urban Youth Academy. Hunter is 1 for 3 today with a run scored.
This big guy looks pretty good. Has a nice angle to his arm. Good height.
He is a converted outfielder, John Edwards. That ball is crushed. Hunter Dozier goes way up into the bleachers in left field. And that is home run number 4 for the Royals today.
Wow. So Dozier says, okay, my buddy O'Hearn hit not 1, he hit 2. I've got to get on the board with him, and that's exactly what he did. What a nice, easy, compact swing. And if you ask him what that ball's looking like right now, he'll tell you, like a beach ball. Believe it. Look at this stroke. Oh, good head position, good firm 2-hand follow through. He had total control with plenty of pop.
Grounded foul outside of first base. So Bonifacio, O'Hearn 2, and now Dozier homers for the Royals. And Dozier's on a heck of a run. In his last 11 games, he has hit 4 home runs and has 10 RBIs.
You know, you wondered if it was going to continue to the start of this road trip up here in Cleveland, and it has. Another 5 runs. Ding, ding, ding.
And it's another 5+ run game.
Yep.
Last time the Royals have scored 5 or more runs in 9 consecutive games was 2 years ago. And the Royals, your Royals, folks, are the only team in the major leagues this year that have scored 5 or more runs in 9 straight games. Boston Red Sox haven't done that. Houston Astros haven't done that. The New York Yankees haven't done that. Chicago Cubs, Colorado Rockies, you name it. The last team who accomplished that in 9 consecutive games was these Cleveland Indians.
And just like we promised, it's time for the Miller Hold True moment. Look at the head position on O'Hearn. My, oh my. Hit his 8th and 9th right there. Another homer with his head right down on the barrel, man. I'll tell you what, he could go again. You just never know.
And now O'Hearn goes the other way. Boy, was that a pretty swing.
And I guarantee you that his head is watching contact on the barrel every time. Amazing how hot he is and how dangerous he is when he's hot. There it is. Look at that. Went that way the whole way. Went to center, homer, right field homer, now left field line, double.
And the home runs are fun because they're instant offense, you know?
Yep.
They're the 50-yard bomb in football for a touchdown, a slam dunk in basketball, but I'm just as encouraged by the other hits that Ryan O'Hearn is getting and the other hits that Hunter Dozier is getting. It's not just an all or nothing approach.
Middle of Ned's lineup is doing the job today, that's for sure. 3, 4, and 5.
Bonifacio hit the first of the 4 Royals home runs today. He was down in the count 1-2 against Adam Pletko, the Indian starter, and homered on a line drive to left field. Jorge has struck out in his other 2 at-bats. 0-2.
A lot of off speed now. They've struck him out 2 previous times up on curveballs. He's not going to get anything straight here.
I am thrilled for that guy. Been putting in hard work all year in his first year as Royals hitting coach. And all the problems the Royals had offensively, not only were they failing to score runs, but the Royals were not a good situational hitting team. They weren't getting a run here or there when they needed it with well-placed ground balls or fly balls. They were not moving runners. And Ned Yost had said that, you know, a few times in the first half he had to bring Terry into his office, not to scold him, but just to continue to encourage him that he's doing all the right things. And Terry already had a strong relationship with a lot of the young players because he was the minor league hitting coordinator. So he's worked with a lot of these guys in the minor leagues. And all that hard work and the staying consistent with the pregame routines and the approach starting to pay off. And we'll just reiterate the roller coaster ride it's been for the Royals offensively this year. The Royals are the first team in Major League history to have these 2 streaks in the same year. 19 consecutive games scoring fewer than 5 runs, and now 9 straight games scoring 5 or more runs. No team has ever done that. So
How about that?
from the outhouse to the penthouse.
It's a good place to be where they are now.
Yeah. Facio has struck out 3 times today on breaking balls down and out of the strike zone. 2 down in the 8th inning.
Hunter Dozier, let's check it out. How far it went. 413 feet, 32-degree launch angle. 108. Now, you know what? That's about as high a velocity as you're going to see a major leaguer hit balls. And we've seen him at 08, 06, 07 consistently this last couple of weeks since he's been on his little tear. He's not missing. Now, they've caught a few of them. Some of them have left the yard.
Hearn is at second base with 2 down to Brian Goodwin, who is 1 for 3. Oh, and 2. Still 0-2 on Goodwin. O'Hearn, by the way, with his 3 hits, all extra base hits, has homered to center, homered to right, and doubled to left. He's used the whole field today.
Now that Butera's gone.
Center field, and Allen comes up to make the play.
I think Dozier could be the new hair guy on the team.
It has been 6 years since the Royals have hit 4 home runs in a game in Cleveland, and Dozier hit the 4th here in the 8th inning. by Ford. Going further, so you can. Jim Thome's statue is out in center field near an iron gate where the fans come through, and that's where he hit a home run against the Royals, against Don Wengert back in 1999. He hit it over the wall, he hit it over the little trees, he hit it over another wall, he hit it over the big trees and out onto that plaza. So they thought that'd be a good place for a Jim Thome statue. And his number 25 has been retired as he was inducted into the Hall of Fame this summer.
He's got more statues and more ballparks than anybody.
Brian Flynn comes on in the 8th inning and misses high, ball 1. Jacob Junis went 7 scoreless. He allowed 2 singles, no walks. Jacob Junis has gone 22 innings without a walk. He threw 93 pitches. And then Yost goes to the bullpen with a 5-run lead. Flynn will get Cabrera, Kipnis, and Gomes.
I'm looking forward to hearing what Junis has to say about himself on Boulevard Royals Live with Joel and Monty after the game. 6 strikeouts, no walks, man. Way to go. Filling up that strike zone, challenging hitters, but staying out of the middle.
Melky hits the deck. 2-2. Grounded out to Mondesi. He gets a nice big hop, and there's one away.
Cheer on everyone's favorite Gold Glover, Alex Gordon, in his reserve fan section. Tickets are just $35 and include your seat in left field, a Gordo big head, and a premium Gordo Nation shirt. Don't miss a chance to cheer on Gordo every Thursday home game. Get your tickets now at Royals.com/theme tickets. Couple Thursdays left, folks. September 13th and the 27th. Mark it down.
Outside, ball 1 to Jason Kipnis. He is 0 for 2.
Big Brian Flynn, 6'7". Good downhill angle, a lot of ground balls. He pitches to contact.
Does Escobar have room? He does not. 1-1.
Fastball, slider, curve, change from the big man, 6'7".
Into the left field corner, and Alex Gordon runs it down, 2 away.
He tracked it perfectly. Had an idea Kipnis fouled one off down that line there in the same at bat. Alex kind of moved a step or 2. That's what you'll do sometimes out there. Move depending on the pitch before it, and he had it tracked it perfectly.
Yan Gomes with 2 down. He struck out twice against Junis. That's well hit into right center. Bonifacio is on it. And Flynn does the job in the bottom of the 8th inning. A 9-pitch 1-2-3. Mondesi, Escobar, and Gallagher coming up in a 5-0 Royals lead. He's got a good seat. He is sitting in the front row. He's got his Royals cap, his Royals jersey with his Giordano Ventura patch. And he's sitting next to his buddy who has a Cleveland Indians hat on, so he's got bragging rights for the moment.
That's right.
This is Neil Ramirez. He's the third man out of the Indians bullpen. The Royals have hit 4 home runs today, driving in all 5 of their runs. They are the first team in the major leagues this year to have 9 consecutive games with 5 or more runs scored. And Ramirez will get Mondesi, Escobar, and Gallagher.
Neil Ramirez, 6'4", 215, 29 years old, has a fastball low to mid 90s, a power curve, and a slider.
.95 miles an hour is low. Mondesi is 1 for 3 with a double back in the second inning.
Ramirez has been around.
95 again, 1-1. A one-time first-round pick of the Texas Rangers. Out of high school, they lured him away from going to Georgia Tech. He's had injury problems over the last several years. And boy, he didn't mess around there. 95, 95, 96. He's reached back and let it fly, and it's 1-2 on Mondesi. Ramirez has been on the disabled list with low back problems this year. Another 96. Last few years he's had an abdominal strain, a right shoulder issue, a right triceps issue, which has put him on the DL. But you can see why the Indians like this arm. He can bring it. Royals scored their first 4 against starter Adam Pletko, and then got another run against John Edwards. Two and 2. Hunter Dozier is the DH, and he hit the 4th home run for the Royals today. Ryan O'Hearn has 2 more, and Jorge Bonifacio is homered. Three and 2.
You're having success with a certain pitch, you just stay with it. That fastball, that's an above average pitch. Ramirez is saying, here it comes. Hit it if you can.
.97.
And just to get a little piece of that was pretty good. Those pitches you can't put them in play fair. It's almost impossible. Too much velocity, but they look good.
And a bullet on a fastball at 96. Mondesi has 2 hits today, and we brought this up over the weekend against the Orioles. Coincidence or otherwise, Mondesi has been outstanding this year, leading off innings.
Yeah, that's how you do it on a hard throw. Short, compact. He had four swings on him. Heck, he knew he was going to keep challenging him with the fastball. That's exactly what you do.
His OPS leading off an inning is over 1,000. Escobar had a 3-hit game yesterday. Today he is 0 for 3 with a couple of 3-pitch strikeouts, and that's deep to left field, into the corner, and off the wall. Mondesi gets to third easily, but Brantley makes an Alex Gordon-like play and bounces it on one hop to Kipnis at second base, and that's a long single for Escobar.
Yeah,
Did he think it was gone?
No, either that or he thought it was foul, but he did. He definitely pulled his hands in, and he knew he hit it good, but it's halfway up the wall.
So here's Gallagher, and he hits it into center field. Allen comes up. Mondesi bluffs a tag, and Allen skipped it by the catcher Gomes. And Ramirez was in the spot he was supposed to be, backing up the catcher, and now first and third with one out.
For Kansas City.
MLB At Bat is your #1 Royals app. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get Royals home screen icons and features such as the MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcast stats, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today. Good spot for Witt. Trying to continue his on-base streak and knock in a run while you're at it. Good fastball hitter.
So Ramirez starts him off with a slider.
That's right. He was guessing all the way.
Oh, 0-2, which was the count on Witt Saturday night when he took Michael Gibbons deep for a walk-off home run. One ball, two strikes. Still 1-2.
You know, those streaks that Witt's on now, those are hard to do. You hate to see it come down to his last at bat. I know he's happy the team's got the lead and everything, but keep it going.
Well, he can be a little selfish here with a 5-0 lead in the 9th inning.
Yeah, go for it, man. You're doink it anyway.
2-2. Peralta is getting ready for the bottom of the 9th inning. The Indians have Allen, Lindor, and Brantley coming up. And in this ballpark with this offense, very few leads are safe. So another run right here would certainly help out. And a runner at third base with less than 2.
Yep. How about a walk or a knock? Right.
There goes Escobar, and it's lined up the right field line, but twisting foul and off the side wall, and we'll do it again. Mondesi singled, and then Escobar singled off the left field wall, getting Mondesi to third. And then Ramirez got Gallagher on a fly out to shallow center. And Ramirez has had to work. This will be his 20th pitch to his 4th batter in the inning. And Gomes calls for a slider. And Witt strikes out. Escobar will take second base. Witt is a rare 0 for 5 today. Today's copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Kansas City Royals. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Kansas City Royals Baseball Club. So, from First and third, nobody out, to second and third, 2 down. And inside, ball 1 on Alex Gordon. Alex is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Into the crowd. 1-1. Kind of a chase, a fastball up at 96, and Ramirez is ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two and two. Out over the plate, and Lindor cuts it off and makes a nice play to save 2 runs. So Ramirez pitches in and out of trouble. 3 outs to go, and the Royals lead 5-0.
The Royals trying to wrap up another win, and we've got plenty to talk about coming up on Boulevard Royals Live. Joel Goldberg, Jeff Montgomery will join me after the game, and we will talk about the day of Ryan O'Hearn, first career multi-home run contest, and of course Jacob Junis, what he was able to do on the mound. Absolutely spectacular again. That, Ned Yost, and more coming up on Boulevard Royals Live. Guys, I was looking at it for a while. It looked like maybe Junis could have back-to-back complete games. That didn't happen, but he would have been the first Royal since Zach Greinke.
So he goes 7, Brian Flynn goes 1, and now Willie Peralta in a non-save situation.
All right. Opponent's not doing much on Peralta. Go ahead.
Refreshing saves from Price Chopper and Aquafina. Sign up at mypricechopper.com/saves to save on Aquafina. when the Royals get a save. And this is Willie's first appearance. It's another non-save situation. Throws a strike to Greg Allen.
Willie's got a good fastball, mid-90s slider, changeup. You use all three of them.
And that last appearance was Wednesday afternoon against the Tigers. The Royals won that game. And with a big lead, Peralta came on, and it took him 31 pitches. Now with 3 pitches, he has 1 out as he gets Greg Allen. Really gave up 1 hit, 1 walk. He ended up striking out the side, but really labored in that 9th inning. So I think he wants to be a little more efficient today.
He does, but I'll tell you what, one thing that's been efficient throughout the whole season is that defense, and today, no difference. Wow. Good execution on a potential double steal a run situation there. The outfielders have been on track with their balls catching. It's been fantastic to watch. Well, it's all right.
There goes the shutout. And the Royals lead is 4. 30 home runs for Francisco Lindor. And he had been in a home run drought. He had gone almost a month without hitting a home run. You got to go back to August the 8th.
That was a no-doubter.
Francisco Lindor has hit 18 home runs in his career against the Royals, the most for him against any team. So back to 1 out, nobody on, and a breaking ball for a strike to Michael Brantley. One ball, 1 strike. Grounded foul, and now Peralta's ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. During those defensive highlights that we just showed you, it was Brantley's line drive that resulted in Whit Merrifield's diving play back in the 1st inning. There's a base hit into right field. A fastball in on him at 96 miles an hour. Brantley, with those long arms, is able to drive it into right field.
Taking advantage of the fastball. And that's in on his hands, but you can see he didn't even stride with his front foot. He just trusted his hands and go. Kept him inside, pulled him inside the ball.
Jose Ramirez is 0 for 3. And one of his outs was part of that highlight package with Goodwin racing to the warning track to flag it down. Two and 0. Three balls, no strikes. And Yost is a bit concerned. He has Tim Hill warming up, and it looks like Brandon Maurer will do the same. A 4-pitch walk, and that's more concerning than the home run and the single. And now the potential tying run is on deck.
Well, time for a little visit.
The last 2 pitches just missed, so it's not like he's all over the place. But right now, he needs to throw strikes. He can't be giving the Indians any free base runners.
No, but you just can't center cut one to this guy here. He'll make it close.
One more batter from now might be a good matchup for Tim Hill, because you have a left-hand hitter coming up, Alonso, and then you got Melky Cabrera, switch hitter, and then another left-hand batter, Jason Kipnis. So this is a big hitter right here. Peralta is trying to keep the tying run in the on-deck circle. Encarnacion is 0 for 3, and he is fouled out twice. Ball 1. They've matched up 4 times before today, and Encarnacion is 1 for 4 with a single. Now Peralta has missed with his last 5. Last 6.
This would be his last hitter if he can't contain it. He's careful. He's definitely being, you can tell those first 2 pitches, he doesn't want to miss. $20,536 were here at one point. It's thinned out quite a bit, but the crowd that remains is into it. They smell blood in the water. I don't know. He'll have a green light, but I don't know if he'll swing because Peralta's not anywhere close. Well, he got a quick out. He got Greg Allen to ground out. Then Lindor homered. Brantley was down 1 and 2 and singled. And then Peralta missed with his last 8 pitches. And now Tim Hill is going to be thrown into the fire. And this is a save situation for Tim Hill.
Out right away from Greg Allen, and then with one out and nobody on, Francisco Lindor homered to put the Indians on the board. Then with the count 1-2, Michael Brantley single to right, and then Peralta just missed on a couple of pitches to Ramirez, who walked, and never really came close on 4 straight pitches to Edwin Encarnacion. So blessed with a 5-run lead. Peralta gets one out, and now he leaves behind 3 base runners with one out for Tim Hill, who is going for his 2nd major league save.
All right, he has the pitches definitely that can get out of this jam. Now with one out, he's a ground ball pitcher. He could roll him up. He has induced 3 ground ball double plays. Hill with his sinker, slider, changeup, facing a pinch hitter, Diaz.
And that's low, so that's 9 straight pitches delivered by a Royal that has missed the strike zone. Yandy Diaz has played in 18 games. As a pinch hitter, he is 2 out of 7. This is his first career at bat against Tim Hill. Got the call. A couple of borderline pitches went the Indians' way when Peralta was on the mound. 1-1.
There they are. Got him played straight up.
Line into the netting. Oh man. Thank goodness for that netting. That was a late swing, a low line drive, and it hit the far end of the screen, zipping right over Joel's head. Watch your lips, Joel. 1-2. Line, one hop to Merrifield, and a double play to win the game. And Whit Merrifield, who went 0 for 5 today and lost a career high 22-game on-base streak, makes a huge defensive play to win the ball game.
Knew it all the way. Roll them up. What a special double play that was. Boy, Cleveland Indians in their house gaining some momentum. The crowd getting back into it. One hop smash. Whitley made sure of one. Mondesi got the other. What a nice game, and continued excellent hitting, and Jacob Junis staying on a roll. Yep, had it all the way.
So the Royals, who had not won more than 3 in a row all season, they have won 6 in a row. And the Indians have dropped 3 straight. Jorge Bonifacio hit the first of 4 home runs today. Ryan O'Hearn hit 2. Hunter Dozier hit 1. And as Hud said, Jacob Junis with 7 shutout innings. Ryan Flynn pitched a scoreless inning, and Tim Hill comes on to bail out Willie Peralta and the Royals in the 9th inning. Let's go down to Joel.
All right, Ryan, thank you very much. And Ryan O'Hearn, one of the many stars here today. It's hard to think this is the first time you've ever been to Cleveland. You've only played in a handful of major league stadiums. What do you like about this place?
Well, it's a good place to hit, so I like that. You know, great to start here and, you know, have a good game. So, yeah, awesome to come here and start the series off with a win, keep the streak going.
We had Jorge Lopez on the pregame show talking about how pitching is contagious. What about hitting? How contagious does it feel top to bottom right now?
Absolutely. I think just good baseball in general is contagious. You know, Junie came out and pitched great, man. And great tempo, competed, you know, through strikes, and you know, against a really good lineup. So great defense, and just another good win for us.
I was going to ask you about Junis. You took care of that. So final question for you. When we look at the hits, it's not just 3 hits. It's a homer to right. It's a homer to center. It's another hit out to left field. What does that say about your game right now?
Yeah, just trying to have quality at bats. It's a good place to hit. You know, they got a good pitching staff, and just coming out here competing, grinding, and you know, things fell our way today. So, you know, we've been on a good streak. We want to keep